What's up guys, Nick here, and I'm here to give you guys another benchmarking video of two games this time. The two games are Assassin's Creed Black Flag, as you see right now, and the second game is going to be Batman Arkham Origins. Alright, so Assassin's Creed Black Flag, max settings, you know, all that stuff. I think it's running at 8 times MSAA, which is unnecessary. Like, even this starts to get a little bit unplayable at times, and you'll see later on. So right now I'm going to give you the minimum, the maximum, and the average frames in this game during this gameplay, just this gameplay here. And the gameplay that I gave to you guys is this: attacking the boats and chasing after a guy, which you'll see in just a couple moments. Alright, so the minimum frames I got was 20. Yeah. So, this is just to show you guys on maximum settings how the GTX 770 would perform. And I guess if you're gonna go ahead and get this card, you're gonna have to lower down some of the settings from max to get a good playable frame rate at 1920 by 1080. And the maximum frames per second I got was 40, so that's still on the low kind of side, but playable side. So as you see right here now that we're now chasing after a pirate, and at points you'll see that the frames kind of drop quite a bit at sometimes, and you can totally see the loss of frames. So yeah, and the average frames per second was 30. 30 frames per second was the average. So if you think about it, most people would think that's for them is kind of a little bit unplayable, especially if you're playing on a 120 hertz monitor. You know, 30 frames per second, kind of low. So yeah, here I was kind of struggling a bit, you know, trying to get up this little tower, but I managed to. So yeah. So I don't know, there's a bunch of spots where that I would lose a lot of frames, and the game would run a little bit slow. But overall, this game looks like the looks of the game for graphics and stuff are actually really good, you know. And again, this is ultra settings on a GTX 770, and this is the 4 GB version of the GTX 770, not the 2 GB version. There is two versions, 2 and 4 GB of RAM. This is the 4. So yeah, you know, I played these games, and nowadays the graphics of games are just amazing. You know, same thing goes for Battlefield 4 and Batman Arkham Origins, which is the next game that's coming up in roughly a minute. So I think here was a little bit of loss on frames running here after this guy. But overall, this game is a really good game. I got it for free with my GTX 770 as an NVIDIA game bundle. So yeah, that's a big bonus for me, getting 3 games: Assassin's Creed, Black Flag right here, Batman Arkham Origins, and Splinter Cell Blacklist for free with the purchase of my GTX 770. And yeah, so here the guy is gone, and yeah. So that's it for Assassin's Creed Black Flag, and now we're moving on to some Batman Arkham Origins. And this, you'll actually see the frames right on the screen because I use a benchmarking in the game. So right now we're starting off at an average of around 40, you know, 40 frames per second. We went down to a minimum of 29, but the maximum is sitting at 64. But the average is roughly 40. And that doesn't change too much throughout the benchmark. See, now it's at 36, so the average is dropping a bit. So same thing goes for this game. You're gonna have to lower the graphics settings to get a little bit more of a playable frame rate. So maybe take off anti-aliasing, and that should help with more frames. So now we're heading into the second scene with there's a couple explosions in here, but frame rate still stays roughly the same. So right here we'll have a couple explosions. All right, here it is. Boom. Um, it does drop down to 27 at that point, and yeah, this is nearing the end of the benchmarks on this on these two games. So these two games are look like a little bit more graphic intensive than the Battlefield 4, if you want to know the truth, but it makes up for it. And these games you'll have to lower the settings to actually play with this video card. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to hit that subscribe button, helps me out a lot. Also, if you liked the video, hit that like button. See ya.